Dan Illman, Mike Beard. It's a smorgasbord of stakes races at Penn National on Saturday, and we'll feast on a 5-horse field in the $100,000 Pennsylvania Governor's Cup. 5 furlongs on the turf. If a 5-horse field isn't your cup of tea, there's still plenty of bigger fields and nice stakes races at Penn National on Saturday to bet, so do so with a DRF Bets account. Deposit 100, bet with 250. DRF Bets, ready, set, bet. Let's meet the field of some turf sprinters. Again, it's a short field, but there's some nice horses in this race, Mike. And we'll begin with the morning line favorite, the number 1, Pure Sensation. He is 8 years old. He has banked $1.5 million in his career. Consistency, thy name is Pure Sensation. He has been a stakes winner every year since 2014. He's got speed in the rail, and he's going to be the one to catch and beat.
Yeah, I mean, he is the right favorite in this race. He just has the best races of anybody in this field. He is a rock-solid turf sprinter. I know he's getting up there now. He's 8 years old. He's been around forever, it seems like. But you know what? He came back off the layoff for his 9-year-old debut in April.
Old.
He looked fine to me in there. He's had speed. He took on some pressure in there. He held it. He was safe to the wire in there. I thought all in all, it was a pretty good starting point. It shows that he can still run. He just might be better than these horses, Dan.
Now, Christophe Clement, even though this horse can run on anything, it seems, has always been careful as he's gotten older.
Yeah.
If the ground is a little bit less than firm, he's a little bit reluctant to run this horse.
Right.
I would still be tempted to give him a shot in a short field like this, but we'll see if Clement decides to run this horse if the turf is less than firm. The 2 completed pass loves turf. And let's give Claudio Gonzalez some credit for figuring it out. This is an Indiana-bred son of pass rush. His first race on the turf was just fine in the King T. Leatherberry Stakes.
Yeah,
and the last time out in the turf sprint, he had some things going against him. Mainly, Gonzalez was something like 0 for 80 on turf going into that race.
Stat, yeah.
The good thing that happened for completed pass, the main competition, Bound for Nowhere, scratched. Pure Sensation, scratched. Completed pass, he really had to run below par to lose that race, and despite failing to change leads, he came through for the chalkies.
Yeah, I don't know that he necessarily ran below par either. I mean, when you watch it, it's not a visual masterpiece in there. He didn't look that great winning it. He was on his, as you say, his wrong lead the entire way. He still won pretty easily. 97 Beyer. He's got speed. He's going to be right up there with Pure Sensation early in this race. He's a dangerous horse.
That's the question I have for you. Does Victor Carrasco just say, listen, let's turn this into a match race, Pure Sensation, especially if there is a little bit of give in the ground, and let's see who comes out best, because I wouldn't want to give Pure Sensation an inch.
It's a 5-horse field. You got to take the race to this horse. Right. You're drawn right alongside him in here. There's only 3 other horses in here. To me, and we'll see how it all plays out, 2 of the other 3, they look like they might just be in way over their heads in here. He's got to take the race to that horse early and then see who's best.
And that Jim McKay turf sprint looks legit. The horse he was dueling with, who finished 5th, he came right back to win a starter allowance. 98 Beyer speed figure. Let's talk about a couple of long shots. The 4 Sir Alfred the Great's got a little bit of speed. Don't think he's got the gas of the 1 or the 2, but he is in good form right now on the main track. And the last time he ran on turf, he faced 4 next out winners, including Captain Goggin, who ran his next 4 races, 2 wins, 2 seconds, Beyers of 87, 89. Steps way up in class and was staked.
His 2 turf sprints aren't bad, but they don't make him a contender in here. He just has to run the race of his life.
Nice tune. Second last time out at Monmouth at 93-1 behind a very visually impressive looking winner named Wet Your Whistle. I guess in that race somebody had to finish second. It was Nice Tune, but he is coming into form, 3rd start of the form cycle, maybe underneath at a giant price.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to use him, I guess that's where you use him, underneath, because it's hard to picture him winning this race.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the Pennsylvania Governor's Cup. Square Shooter's where I'm going in here, Mike, and I really like him in this spot. This is a horse that Jeremiah Engelhardt moved to the turf last year. He just missed in his turf debut. I liked his win at Laurel, going 5.5 furlongs over Big Handsome, who maybe was tailing off form at the time, but I thought it was a solid performance. I don't think he cared for the soft turf and the Troy handicap, and a race where there was no pace. And Sandy Slew just walked on the lead, and this horse is trying to come from last. All in all, that was a good effort, and then he disappeared. He came back last time out in the Shakertown, and he didn't break very well. He was kind of in behind horses a little bit, turning into the stretch. I liked the way he finished up. He was in against 2 really sharp sprinters, Imprimis and Bound for Nowhere. I want the 1 and 2 to hook up, and when they do, here comes Square Shooter.
I can see it happening. I mean, he is going to have to run
his lifetime
the best race he's ever run if he's going to beat these horses, if they both show up with the race and if they don't knock each other out on the front end. But this is the other. If you want to go against the 2 favorites in here, this is the other horse.
You are going, however, with Pure Sensation on top. Class Master.
I just feel like he might be too good, Dan. It'll be interesting to see what he does. His best race, I think, is too good for these horses.
Mike's going 1, 2, 3. I'm going 3, 1, 2. In the Pennsylvania Governor's Cup, race number 9. Bet it with a DRF Bets account. Plenty of stakes races to choose from at Penn National on Saturday. Deposit 100, bet with 250. Learn all the details at bets.drf.com. An approximate post time for the Governor's Cup, 6:40 Eastern. Good luck.